from CBS 4, this is your News Now.
It's a midday break in the Delphi murders trial. Prosecutors are bringing out the best piece of physical evidence they have linking Richard Allen to the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German, an unfired .40 caliber round. So far today, jurors have heard the testimony of an Indiana State Police firearms expert. And CBS 4's Russ McQuaid was in the courtroom. Russ, the defense is promising to challenge that evidence and that expert.
Yes, her name is Melissa Oberg. She was a state police forensic firearms examiner at the time of the murders in 2017, and she told jurors this morning that within just a couple of days of those murders, February 13th, 2017, in her lab she started receiving evidence, two significant pieces. One was that .40 caliber bullet discovered out at the crime scene, and the other a .22 caliber gun we've never heard of before. Investigators claim it was a pristine, unfired .40 caliber Winchester Smith & Wesson cartridge that was slightly buried in the dirt beneath the body of Abby Williams, not far from the north bank of Deer Creek, and that they matched that with another bullet and a handgun, a .40 caliber handgun, found during the search of a search warrant at Richard Allen's house more than 5 years later, and of course that led to the arrest of Allen for the murders. The former ISP forensic examiner testified that by the time the bullet entered her lab, it had already been dusted for DNA and fingerprints. The bullet was not weathered or corroded like it had been outside for a long time. There were 3 ejector marks on the base, and the jurors were shown a close-up photograph of those marks. Oberg also said that on the same day, February 17, 2017, she received a Glock .22 caliber handgun to examine, containing a magazine with 15 cartridges. But just before I had to leave to come out and do this live shot, she had not yet explained where that gun came from or why it was submitted for examination. The former examiner also displayed the .40 caliber weapon taken from Allen's house and demonstrated to jurors how a bullet can enter the chamber and be ejected without being fired. Once Oberg completes her testimony, there will be cross-examination by the defense team. And we know from opening statements and jury selection comments made last week in Fort Wayne that the defense team is going to go after Oberg's credibility and the 111 previous times she's testified in court, the thousands of bullets she examined during a 17-year career at the Indiana State Police, and the defense says her claims that she's never been wrong and never been overruled. Also, the Judge Fran Gull, has turned down a defense request for its own expert to testify. That expert was a metallurgist, not necessarily a firearms expert, and he was expected to testify that there is a perception out there that such ballistics examination is junk science. Melissa?
Now, Russ, we know from the autopsy that the killer used a sharp object, not a gun. Did anyone discuss how this gun came into play or how that unspent round ended up at the crime scene?
Well, as far as the .22 caliber gun, we don't know where it came from. It's significant to point out it was delivered to the crime lab just a couple days after the killing, so why it was there, and it's a .22, it's not a .40, it wouldn't even fit that shell that was discovered. As far as the shell, the thinking has been, the theory is that Richard Allen, if he's Bridge Guy, if he's the man who killed those children, took the gun, racked a bullet that popped out of it, more or less as an attempt to scare the girls, but it was never fired. So he racks it, pops out of it, somehow ends up in the ground in between the feet of Abby Williams and Libby German on that riverbank near Deer Creek.